Hello students, I welcome you to your English classroom. Today you are going to practice chapter 3 from your English practice book. In chapter 3 you have a poem and name of the poem is Winter Time. This poem is written by R.L. Stevenson and this poem is for comprehension. In your main course book, you have already learned a poem and the name of the poem is Ode to Autumn. That poem is about autumn, the season autumn, and this poem Winter Time is about winter season. Before I recite the poem, I would like to say a few words about the poet. Poet Robert Louis Stevenson. He was born in Victorian era on 13th November 1850. At his birth, his name was Lewis Balfour Stevenson. Robert Louis Balfour Stevenson. Later on, he changed his name to Robert Louis Stevenson. He was a Scottish novelist, essayist, poet, and travel writer. He is best known for his novels such as Treasure Island, Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Kidnapped, and A Child's Garden of Verses. A celebrity in his lifetime, Stevenson's critical reputation has fluctuated since his death, though today his works are held in general acclaim. In 2018, he was ranked just behind Charles Dickens as the 26th most translated author in the world. This prolific writer passed away on 3rd December 1894. Now, I am going to recite the poem and explain the poem for you all so that you can answer the comprehension part on your own. So, I am going to recite and explain the poem now. Winter time. Late lies the wintry sun abed. A frosty, fiery, sleepy head blinks but an hour or two and then blood red orange sets again. In the first line says that the day was not at all sunny, as if the sun was sleeping till that time. And how was the sun looking like? The sun was just like a frosty, fiery, sleepy head. And during the summer, we can feel the sun ray throughout the day. But during winter, the sun blinks but an hour or two. Only for 1 hour or for 2 hours, the sun ray could be felt. And a blood red orange sets again. And after that, like a blood red orange, the sun once again sets. So, this is the first paragraph or the stanza. In the second stanza, what the poet says, let us read and then understand. Before the stars have left the skies, at morning in the dark I rise, and shivering in my nakedness, by the cold candle bath and dress. So in the second stanza, the poet is saying about himself. What he says? That he says that at dawn, when it was not fully light, okay, when sun was yet to give shine properly, at that situation or at that moment, he used to wake up. Means before the stars have left the skies, yet it's the dawn, early morning, stars are still present in the sky. At that time, the poet used to wake up and he used to shiver in cold because it was too cold. And then he used to light a candle, and with the help of this much light of the candle, he used to go and take bath, and then he used to dress up. Okay, so the second stanza is about the poet. Then he says, close by the jolly fire I sit to warm my frozen bones a bit, or with a reindeer sledge explore the colder countries round the door. So, in the third paragraph, the stanza, the poet says that after dressing up, he used to sit by the fire to feel the warmth of fire, because it was tremendously cold and he already taken bath, so he was feeling very cold, and he used to sit by the fire to feel the warmth of the fire. And then after completion of this much work, he used to go out riding on a reindeer sledge. And why he used to go out? To explore the colder countries round the door. Surrounding colder countries, he used to go out to explore riding on a reindeer sledge. Then comes fourth stanza. When to go out, my nurse doth wrap me in my comforter and cap. The cold wind burns my face and blows its frosty peeper up my nose. And when he was getting ready to go out, he used to dress up in his comfortable dress and cap. And the cold wind was blowing, as if the wind was just like a frosty peeper, and it's giving the poet the sensation as if the wind was burning his face, his skin. It was tremendous cold. Then in the last stanza, what he says, black are my steps on silver sword, thick blows my frosty breath abroad, and tree and house and hill and lake are frosted like a wedding cake. Now in the last stanza, he is describing the surrounding. His steps were black, his shoes were black, of black color, and the sword was completely covered with snow, so it was as if giving the reflection of the silver color. And thick blows my frosty breath abroad, and his breath was as if heavy because of the wintry cold chill weather. And tree and house, hill and lake, everything was covered with frost. Everything was completely frozen. Then all this thing looked like a frosted wedding cake. So this is the description of the winter season. Now, what is their comprehension? After reading the poem repeatedly, what you have understood with the help of your own understanding skill, you have to answer this fill in the blanks part appropriately. And then you have to answer these questions which are related to the poem. Up to number 6, you will be answering as your class work. Then answer key will be provided to you all later on. First, as it is practice book, you will understand, read the poem, then you will try to understand the meaning. I tried myself to help you to understand the poem. Then this much answer you will be doing on your own, as it is practice book. Later on, answer key will be provided. Thank you, students.